Presenting at Work, A Guide to Public Speaking in Professional Contexts, and the President of Spoken with Authority, a presentation skills consultancy that's dedicated to helping professionals craft and deliver effective presentations. Today I'm going to answer the question that I get most frequently. What do I do with my hands when I'm giving a speech? The short answer is that you want to keep your hands at the side in a neutral position between interesting gestures. But let's talk about some of the problems that people experience with their hands when they're presenting. There are two. First problem, people tend to clasp their hands. When we're nervous, and most people are when they give a presentation, the fight or flight response kicks in. And when we are in a fight or flight situation, we tend to make ourselves smaller. We put our legs together, we hunch over, and we clasp, and we make our body as small as possible to protect ourselves. Clasping then makes us look less confident. You want to have a nice open posture, and keeping the hands at the side helps achieve that. The second problem that we encounter when we are dealing with our hands in public speaking is repetitive hand gestures or talking with our hands. People from almost every cultural background say, "Oh, I talk with my hands. That's what people from my culture do." I think it's true. People from most cultures do talk with their hands, but when we get into a public speaking situation and we're nervous, we end up using repetitive hand movements to burn nervous energy, not to actually make a point in the speech. That's distracting. Rather than using nervous energy and burning nervous energy with our hands, we want to use our hands in a powerful way. What you should do then is to keep your hands at the sides in a neutral position between interesting and impactful gestures. When you gesture then, you want to move your hands away from your body in a slow way and in a purposeful way. You can show things like we went from here to here, or we did everything from A to Z. You can even emphasize a point by clapping your hands or enumerate points on your fingers. After you have that purposeful and interesting gesture, you can have your hands back at the sides in a neutral position. If this is very difficult for you to do at first, and it will be for many people, it's very uncomfortable to be so open in front of an audience in terms of your stance, you can work on having your fingers together, very lightly touching, and keep it nice and low, about at your belt buckle. From here you can then gesture impactfully, and then come back to this nice light touch at the belt buckle, and that could become a neutral position as you get more and more comfortable keeping the hands at the sides. It's really helpful to practice keeping your hands at the sides when you're at the water cooler having a conversation or listening to a friend when you're standing up. In time, you'll get more and more comfortable with the hands at the sides, and then you can more purposefully use your hands to add interest and to make your speech more memorable. That's why when you're talking about hands in a presentation, keep them at the sides in a neutral position between interesting and purposeful gestures.